Hello everyone and welcome back to the Pottery Corner, my studio down on the south coast of England near Chichester. Hi everybody, we're back in the kiln room as you can see. New year, new hair. Hope you like it. Had it done last week, so it's all a little bit new and a little bit startling when I look in the mirror. But somebody said it took years off me, so I'll take that. Thank you very much, and thanks to my hairdresser Kate, new hairdresser, so thank you Kate. So we're back in the kiln room to do another Glaze Kiln fire opening. The students are back and I've got lots of new students. So this is new students' work as well as existing students. So it's really exciting to see their first pieces coming through the kiln. So, you know, I've done it, you know, just the tiniest sneaky of sneaky peeks. So let's get this kiln lid up and we'll see what we've got in the kiln. Okay, so first thing out are actually Jane's. So I have put these on props, kiln props, because she's glazed them all over. She wants to hang them. They're just leaves, textured leaves. I need to be very careful on the back of here. I'm sure you can see the shards from the little ceramic prop, but they are the smaller props that I use. So this has been glazed in Amaco's Ancient Copper, and actually, as is always the way, the back is actually nicer than the front. So obviously the back's had the benefit of the heat from the shelf, and it's a nicer texture than the textured side of the leaf, but that will be really nice. It'll catch the sun when it's hanging. I think she's going to hang sort of 2 or 3 on each cord. So yeah, pretty. I like that. And there's a second one of those in the same colourway. And again, I hope you're picking up that the copper looks better on the back than it does on the texture, which is interesting. I really like that sort of look, the sort of ancient sort of metallic finish. So obviously ancient copper is probably better used on plain clay rather than on textured clay. So those are nice. And then using the same leaf cutter, Jane has made another leaf dish by joining them all together. And this has got some interesting glazes on. So in the middle one that the leaves are standing on is Amaco Snow, so it's just white. And then this is Amaco's Glacier, Amaco Fog, and then this is one of Jessica Putnam Phillips's glazes called Lake Blue, which is really nice. The actual combination of those 3 sort of duck eggy aquary colours go together very well, so that's really nice. And actually I think no spoilers here, that this is for my sister. I'll tell you something made me laugh. If you watch my channel regularly, you'll know that before Christmas I was doing lots of little houses, and I gave some to my sister for Christmas, and when they were coming out of the kiln I was saying, oh, these are for my sister for Christmas. Won't she be surprised? Well, no, she wasn't surprised, because guess what? My sister watches the channel. So Carol, spoiler, this is for you if you're watching, which I know you will be, but hopefully Jane will have given it to you before the video comes out. So it did make me laugh though when she said that she wasn't at all surprised what she got for Christmas. Oh dear. Right, now these are Emily's bowls. So Emily has been coming to the studio and using the wheel on what I call Free Flow Fridays. So if you live local to me and you're a potter and you've been on one of my throwing courses, you can then come and use the studio and all the equipment and everything to do your own studio time, if you like, unsupervised. So I don't have to teach the session. You just come and use the studio and use all the equipment that's here, the wheels and everything, and I do all the firing, and you just pay a price for your Free Flow Friday. So these are the first of Emily's Free Flow Fridays. Now this glaze combination's interesting. It's Amaco's Cosmic Teadust with Amaco's Toasted Sage over the top. Interesting. Quite an interesting thing happening on the outside of here. This is really rather nice, this kind of mingle. I hope the camera's picking that up for you. Now, she did put a little shell motif in here. I don't think that's worked terribly well with the white, bringing that out. I probably would have left it, but it has picked it out, but it's difficult to see that that's a shell motif in there. But I do like the way that the Cosmic Teadust and the Toasted Sage has mingled on the outside of here. So really nice. It almost looks sort of like an oil spot effect. So that's the first of those. There are two more on this shelf. Again, lovely on the outside, and again, really nice actually. I quite like that combination. I have got a test tile of it upstairs, which is why she's used it, but yeah, it really looks good on a bigger piece. But again, for me, I don't think I would have picked out the shell. I think I would have just left it. And the last one on this shelf has got a cookie on the bottom that I'll just need to knock off. I don't think it's not stuck with glaze. Oh, there we are, it's come off. So this is the third of them. Again, same combination. Nice, pretty little bowl. So those are Emily's. I think there's a couple more of Emily's a bit further down that we'll get to in a minute. So I'll get this shelf out. I've just got my gloves to hand because this is a little bit warm. It's down to about 40 degrees centigrade. So it's not hot, but it might be slightly hotter than handheld. Let's have a feel. Yes, it's warm, but it's not warmer than you'd warm your plates in the oven. Right, so these are Claire's, and Claire is Emily's Free Flow Friday buddy. So these are Claire's, beautiful. So this is Mixing Clear, Amaco's Mixing Clear on the inside, which of course is transparent. On the outside, that looks like True Celadon to me. I will confirm that with Claire, but I'm pretty sure that's True Celadon. A lovely Celadon glaze. Beautiful bowls she throws, gorgeous, and beautiful foot rings. Look at that, really lovely. So yeah, that's lovely, and a really pretty little bowl, lovely colour. That's the first of Claire's. This one is also Claire's, and again beautiful. So that is Amaco Snow on the inside, and this is how Weeping Plum comes out in my kiln. So it's not quite as dark as I know a lot of other people get it, but it comes out this lovely pale powder pink, really pretty. And again, another beautiful foot ring. Look at that. And another beautiful bowl. Lovely. She's a really good, turner. She does a really good job of turning these foot rings in. Very, very pretty. So that's lovely. And when I've got them all out, they do actually nest. I mean, you know, she came on a throwing course to reinitiate herself after several years of not throwing, about 10 years of not throwing, and then proceeds to make bowls like that. So a very, very, very good good thrower. She's doing an immense job. Right, I'm just going to use my gloves for this one because it is a little bit warm. Okay, so the next thing out is Kathy's bowl. This is rather lovely too. So this is a hand-built bowl over a former. So in the studio, there's quite a few plaster formers that the students can use to form bowls. So this one has been textured using the one of the rollers that we keep in the studio, which is this lovely basket weave. And then she's used one of the sprigs that I have upstairs of this lovely flower design. Really pretty. And that glaze is Amaco's Wasabi. So a lovely Celadon glaze, which shows you all that lovely texture. So if you're putting texture onto your pieces, the Celadon glaze range from Amaco is really good because it sits down in the texture and shows it all up. So that's really pretty. So well done, Kathy. That's a lovely bowl. Nice colour, nice form. Right, I'm going to get out this sort of half shelves and bits and pieces, so I'll get those out. Right, so in this level, we've got a few test tiles of new combinations that I've seen and thought I'll try out for the students. So the first of them is rather boring. That is low fire, low sheen transparent, which I thought I'd just try. Actually, it's quite nice. 2 coats of low sheen transparent, so it's got like a matte finish, or probably I'd say a silk finish rather than a matte finish, but nonetheless it's not shiny, so that's rather nice if ever you wanted something to be more matte. This one is, let's have a look. I love this because its life is like a box of chocolates, you never know. This is a deep fire brick by 2 coats under seaweed by 2 coats. Not sure that that's particularly spectacular. It's on a textured tile, as you can see. I think the seaweed's been a bit of a bully on there. Yeah, it's quite a nice green. If I hold it back, it's more sort of olivey green. Yeah, quite nice. Not spectacular. What's this one? This one's got seaweed on it as well, I can see from a mile off. So this one is Rainforest Under Seaweed. So I think one of the viewers on the top 10 glazes video. So if you haven't seen that one, I go through my top 10 glazes. So that brought up a lot of people suggesting combinations. So have a look in the comments. And somebody said Rainforest Under Seaweed was good. Again, I think seaweed's been a bit of a bully on there. Maybe do 2 coats of Rainforest and only 1 coat of seaweed rather than 2 of each. But again, a nice green. But it is a bit seaweedy. And this one's lovely. Whatever this one is, whoever suggested that. This one is, oh, interesting, yeah. So this is Blue Rutile, 2 coats, under Oatmeal 2 coats. Wow, yeah, like that one. You see, sometimes you can put a couple of glazes together that you wouldn't normally think to put together, and then you get a nice tile and you can use that particular combination. So this one is Blue Rutile 2 coats, underneath Oatmeal 2 coats, both Amaco glazes, and indeed both on the top 10 glazes video. So have a look at that if you haven't seen it. Yeah, that's really nice. I think I'll definitely be using that one. That one's nice. Right, what else have we got in here? Here's another one of Claire's beautiful bowls. Oh, another beautiful bowl. So this one is, again, that's snow on the inside, Amaco Snow. And then on the back, that's definitely Amaco's Rainforest. I love that glaze. It's a real goodie. And again, another lovely clear celadon glaze and another nicely turned base. So yes, very well done, Claire. Those are lovely. And as I said earlier, they do actually nest. So yeah, very nice. Next out of here, and I'm going to put my gloves on because I think he's probably going to be a little bit warm, is one of Leslie's animals that's going to go on her animal totem. He is really cute. He is very, very cute. He's just got stuck on his cookie, so I will knock the cookie off in a minute. But here is Mr. Hedgehog. Look at this. Really, really lovely. He's lovely, Leslie. I know you'll be watching. So, glaze combination, can I remember? It's mostly Ancient Jasper. The body of his face and his side is Mayco's Winter Wood, which actually has come out really nicely. And then she's put Ancient Jasper over the whole of the spines and then just put a little dot of the Winter Wood on the ends. Yeah, nice. He's come out lovely. He actually does look hedgehog coloured, nice and sort of brindled. So he's a nice chap. As I say, I'll just knock that cookie off. That won't take more than a tap. Right, next in here. So one of my new students, Helen, these are your pieces. I've asked you to send me a note of what the combinations are because I'm not sure I can positively remember, and I will change the description on the screen if I'm wrong. This is Obsidian under Blue Rutile. Nice. Can you see that lovely blue? Really very pretty. Quite like that with a Blue Rutile top. Very pretty, Helen. It's lovely. Yeah, she's put texture onto the poppy head itself, which has been lost in the amount of glaze. So she did put quite a lot of coats on here, and I would say she's lost her texture, but nonetheless a very pretty colour and a pretty head. So that's lovely. The next one is also Helen's, and this is, now I've got to remember, I have a feeling, and again I'll change it on the description if it's wrong, this is Chun Plum. I'm not sure if it's Chun Plum on its own or whether it's got Blue Rutile over the top. It looks to me like it's just Chun Plum on its own. This sort of nice sort of mid purpley pinky colour. Quite nice. I think that looks like Chun Plum on its own. Right, and the next one is she's made, oh, this is lovely. She's made like an artichoke head, which is really very pretty. It's lovely, Helen. And I hope that the camera's picking up this purple. Really pretty. So this I know this is Chun Plum in the middle, and then she's used Chun Plum on the outside with Blue Rutile over. Very interesting. That's come up a lovely purple. Really pretty. Yeah, that's really good, and I hope that camera's picking up all that lovely colour, all the different colours that are on there. That's really nice. That's a lovely head. Well done, Helen. Those are Helen's first pieces here in my studio, so I hope she's pleased with those. Right, I'm going to get out all the half shelves and bits and pieces, and we'll see what we've got in the bottom. Okay, so I'm just keeping my gloves on just to be safe. Again, then it's not very hot, but it is just slightly above handheld temperature. These are Emily's mugs. Nice. I mean, obviously shrinkage. Yeah, she'll get used to throwing slightly larger to allow for the shrinkage. Same glaze combination. So this is Cosmic Teadust with the Toasted Sage over the top. Rather nice. This kind of dribbling on the edges is really pretty, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Lovely. Not bad. Not bad for a first attempt at mugs. And there are two others that look very similar in shape. For me, with a drinking vessel, it's nice to have a lip that comes out at the top rather than going in. Just makes it easier when you're actually drinking from it. But I like that glaze combination. Very nice. So that's the first of those. And then there's a slightly bigger one. She's picked up the shell motif on this one. A little bit more difficult to use that handle, but it might be because my gloves on. Yeah, a little bit small, that handle. But again, nice glaze combination with snow inside. And the last one of those is probably the best of the three because it's very slightly bigger. And it has a bigger space for your fingers in the handle, and again same glaze combination. Nice. Yeah, they're nice, and as a set of three it's almost a mummy, a daddy and a baby, so yeah, well done, Emily. Those are nice. A couple more test tiles. Let's have a little look. That's lovely. So that is Obsidian 2 coats with Blue Rutile 2 coats over. And I must say thank you to Helen for that one because she suggested it and I don't know why, I've never done it before. But that happens sometimes, doesn't it? That you see somebody else going to do something and you think, oh, I'll do a test tile of that. So that's 2 Obsidian and 2 Blue Rutile. Beautiful. Very similar to Obsidian under Indigo Float, which again you'll know is one of my favourite combinations, that beautiful blue. This one's a little bit more mottled, so yeah, very nice, quite like that. Lovely. Yep, that's a goodie. This one's not quite so much of a goodie. What is that? Oh, right, okay. 2 coats of Sky under 2 coats of Ancient Copper. Yeah, that's a no for me. It's matte for starters, so it's already on a dodgy wicket for me. I'm not really into matte glazes. I know a lot of people like them, but just personal preference. So yeah, no, that's probably not for me. And also it's kind of a 1970s brown glaze. Moved on from there. So yeah, no, that's a no from me. Feels like the X Factor, doesn't it? That's a no from me. Right, next one. Ooh, that's quite interesting. So this is 2 coats of Blue Rutile. Underneath 2 coats of Textured Turquoise. Again, both Amaco glazes. That's quite nice. Quite like that. It is breaking on the texture, as you can see, but we've lost some definition down here where the glaze is quite opaque. So yeah, again, quite a nice colour though. If you had a particularly textured piece, that's quite nice. So it's always worth doing test tiles all the way through. So if you've got room in your kiln to tuck a few test tiles in, it's always worth it. These 2 are the first 2 of Penny's. Penny's also a new student. The third one is waiting on the shelf behind me. Lovely. Really simple, but the Amaco Celadon glazes, this one is True Celadon. I mean, they just show up all the lovely texture. So she's used one of our rollers to make this dotted line down the fins. and she's used the daisy top. Pretty, isn't that pretty? Simple, simple, shows all the texture. Lovely, lovely. Penny will be pleased with that one. The next one, this one is also Penny's, and this is, again, this is Weeping Plum. So as I said, I don't get the Weeping Plum quite so dark, although this piece was right in the bottom of the kiln, so it does come out slightly pinker right in the bottom of the kiln to what it would on the top shelf. So yeah, nice, very pretty. And again, because it's a Celadon glaze, you can see all the texture, all the marks that she's made on there through the glaze. So that's a lovely poppy head. That's really pretty. Nicely made, nicely decorated, nicely glazed. Very good. Well done, Penny. Next is Claire's Last Bowl. Oh yeah, that one's lovely too. And again, another Weeping Plum. Very pretty. And I think that one goes with these other two that we pulled out earlier. So yeah, there you are. Nice. Isn't that pretty? Really pretty. Lovely. So yeah, I like those. Those are lovely. And then a bonus piece in a minute. So I'm just going to cut this video. I'm going to put this piece onto the end of the goose jug tutorial. So part 2 of the goose jug tutorial. I've done the glazing and then the firing, and the second goose jug is down in the bottom of this kiln. So I'm going to cut over to my other video. So if you've seen this once, apologies, but I'll come back to you and we'll unpack this one so that you can see how the goose jug came out from the tutorial. Okay, so your bonus item is the finished goose jug. So if you've been watching my channel, there is a 2-part tutorial on how to make this particular item, which is hand built. So this is the finished thing. So this is a craft crank hand built jug. I'm calling it a goose jug because it looks a little bit like a goose. This has been glazed using Amaco's Palladium with Mayco's Raspberry Mist in the throat. So it's a little tripod hand-built jug. Yeah, really pretty. Quite like that. I quite like the ancient design with the very modern shiny glaze, and the Palladium, as you can see, is really quite high shine. Very nice, like that. I'll show you the sacrificial cookies that this was sat on in the kiln. So Palladium, because it runs so much, I've put it onto sacrificial cookie so that it doesn't ruin my kiln shelves. So that lot I can't use again, I'll pop it in the bin. Right, so what else have we got to go through today? So I wanted to start by just updating you on Steph Chamberlain at Claydor. I've had several messages from Steph, hi Steph, to say that she now has electricity to her kilns and she's hoping to do the first firing in the coming weeks. So I'm sure that she'll share with us when that's up and running. And if you want to follow Steph on Instagram, her tag is Claydor. So do check her out. I know that you all know what this is about because you've seen it in all my kiln opening videos. So thank you again for donating. We're getting there, very exciting. So I know Steph's very excited. Few bits and pieces. I wanted to say a personal thank you to all the people who have donated to my channel via the super thanks button. Thank you very much. It's always great to get a small donation from a viewer to say that they enjoyed the tutorial videos. So, you know, this channel has kiln opening videos and tutorial videos, and I'm sharing my own designs with you. So it's really nice to have a little bit of a thank you. And you can do that by donating via the super thanks button on the bar underneath this video. Right, so other than that, I've had a couple of messages. Maria Apap sent me some information. She sent me some pictures of some pots that she had glazed using Amaco glazes, and she couldn't work out why they'd all come out a rather nasty looking brown, various degrees of brown. And I think we managed to work out Maria, that your community kiln space is firing too high for the Amaco glazes. So Amaco glazes do tend to fire better for me at a cone 6, but I'm pretty sure that your community kiln is taking them past a cone 7, and that is why she's having so many problems with them. So I'm always happy to answer your queries if I can about why things aren't coming out the way you think they might be coming out. So I think Maria was going to have a go at reglazing some of those. So thanks for sending me that, Maria. I hope I was able to help in some way. Sharon Peake has sent me a little note to say that she appreciated the classes on my channel, as there was nothing in her area that was available, so it was constantly filled up with students. So yes, that happens sometimes. So she's sent me a little picture of her cat. Her cat is here sitting with her stamps and showing me these wooden stamps, and actually I have quite a large collection of these. Some of them are textile stamps that I've collected along the way. Some of them I pick up in antique markets, but you can buy these stamps, the batik, well, I think they call them batik stamps, and they're really useful for clay. So yes, thank you very much for sending me those, Sharon. And again, thank you for your support of the channel. It's always really great to hear from you. Right, so that's your lot for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Drop me a comment if there's anything that you'd like to know. Tell me which one of these pieces is your favourite. Which one did you like best? Which combination floats your boat? That's it from me, Sarah Amos, at the Pottery Corner. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.